Everybody, thank you guys for waiting and being so patient. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys. There's so much in between. I have to get ready and I have to turn that down. Shout out to everybody. Thank you guys. I got my coffee. Randall Rand, is it Randall Rand? Thank you so much for the super sticker. Hold up, if I can get to my other screen. What is this? Oh, okay, it's not showing me the other screen. Okay, what's going on with StreamYard? StreamYard, don't do this to me. Okay, I did see a super sticker. Thank you so much, Randall Rand, who said,
The case of D4vd and the discovery of unusual farm tools in his rented home has left everyone shocked, confused, and deeply unsettled. What started as a missing person report of a teenage girl has now turned into one of the most disturbing and mysterious stories in recent memory. A young life lost, a rising music star's name dragged into controversy, and now disturbing discoveries inside a $1 million Hollywood rental. This is the case of Celeste Rivas and the questions surrounding singer D4vd. Celeste Rivas was only 14 years old. She lived with her family in Southern California, full of energy, dreams, and a future that should have been bright. But then, one day, she disappeared. Her family reported her missing, holding on to hope that maybe she had just run away, maybe she'd call, maybe she'd come home soon. But weeks turned into months, and then silence.
During that time, rumors began to spread online. Friends said Celeste had been spending time with someone older, a musician named David. Not many people knew who he was at first, but online he was starting to gain fame. His music was streaming everywhere, his songs were emotional and haunting, and fans loved his mysterious, quiet nature. But behind the music, something much darker was waiting to surface. In early September, a strange event took place that would change everything. A white Tesla had been parked for a long time on a street in the Hollywood Hills. Neighbors complained that it hadn't moved in days, then weeks. Eventually, the car was towed to a long-term parking facility, and that's when someone noticed something wasn't right. A worker at the facility said there was a strong, unusual smell coming from the car. They contacted the authorities, who came to inspect it. When police opened the trunk, they made a discovery that would haunt them. Inside was the body of a young girl. Later, it was confirmed to be 14-year-old Celeste Rivas.
Her body had been there for quite some time. The car was registered under the name of the rising musician, D4vd, and instantly, his name became the center of one of the most horrifying stories in Hollywood. The question everyone was asking was simple. Why was Celeste's body in his car? Police immediately began investigating. They didn't know at first who the body belonged to. It took tests to identify her. Once confirmed, attention turned toward D4vd. He was questioned, but he wasn't arrested. The investigation continued, and no one was named as a suspect. But the public wasn't satisfied with that. They wanted answers. The car, the house, the timeline, everything was being looked at. Police executed search warrants at the Hollywood property where D4vd had been staying. But the house wasn't his. It was a rented home, a $4 million property owned by someone else. The owner, deeply disturbed by what had happened, decided to hire a private investigator to look into what had gone on in his property. That investigator, Steve Fisher, made a strange discovery. He claimed to have found heavy machinery and farm tools inside the rental, things that made no sense for a house in the Hollywood Hills, equipment that, according to him, could be used to get rid of a body. When this news broke, it shocked everyone again. People were asking, why would there be farm tools, industrial equipment, or anything like that inside a luxury Hollywood home?
The investigator didn't say exactly what condition the tools were in. Were they used? Were they clean? Were they still in boxes? No one knows. Police had already searched the property, but it's unclear whether these tools were found before or after that search. The confusion only deepened the mystery. Now, let's pause for a moment and think about that. You have a 14-year-old girl missing for months. You have her body discovered in the trunk of a car belonging to a 20-year-old rising music star. You have no arrests. And then you find heavy farm tools and machinery in the house that the same musician was renting. It sounds like something out of a crime movie, but it's very real.
Something to the effect of, and became a member, thank you, love. How credible is the OD theory? Did C use rugs? And you're talking about Celeste, did she use rugs? I guess we're still waiting on the toxicology report to determine that. But shout out to you. This story needs to be consistently told to hold the police accountable. This could have easily gotten swept under the rugs. Well, and I do wonder if that's the reason why there's this level of quietness, is because they want to make sure that when they report this out, there is all ducks are in a row, right? I still haven't please know I'm not a fan of the LAPD.
Maybe they were just stored there by someone else. Others said maybe they were used to hide something, to cover up evidence, or to clean up after something terrible had happened. The truth is, no one knows yet. The private investigators' claim spread across the internet like wildfire. Fans of D4vd were shocked. His music, which was often dark, emotional, and filled with haunting lyrics, started to sound different to people. Some began to question whether his songs had deeper meanings, whether his music hinted at guilt, loss, or fear.
But investigators haven't accused him of anything. Police confirmed he has been cooperating. They've questioned him, but he remains free. He hasn't been named a suspect, and there are no official charges. Still, his career has taken a hit. Reports say that his record label has kept him at a distance. His upcoming music has been delayed. And while he walks free, the world around him has changed completely. Fans who once adored him are now divided. Some defending him, others convinced he knows more than he's saying. People who knew Celeste have spoken out, describing her as a sweet, kind girl who trusted people too easily. Friends said she liked music, and that might be how she connected with D4vd in the first place. If that's true, then it's heartbreaking to think that her love for art could have led her into danger. The investigation is still ongoing. Detectives are looking into phone records, social media messages, and locations to piece together what really happened between Celeste and D4vd. Was it friendship? Was it something more? Was there a misunderstanding or something darker?
The discovery of those farm tools raises more questions than answers. Were they connected to the case, or just a strange coincidence? Private investigator Steve Fisher said it was the kind of equipment that had no reason to be in a Hollywood home. Machines used for cutting, digging, or grinding. Tools you'd expect to find on a farm, not inside a luxury rental surrounded by palm trees. What's chilling is the possibility that these items could have been used for something sinister. But without forensic evidence, no one can say for sure. Police haven't released any photos or reports about what exactly was found. As days go by, people are starting to feel frustrated. Celeste's family has been waiting for justice for months. They've been silent publicly, but insiders say they're heartbroken and angry at how slow the investigation seems to be. Many have asked why D4vd hasn't been taken into custody, even just for questioning. But investigators say there isn't enough evidence to accuse anyone yet. They're working carefully, trying to build a case based on facts, not rumors. Online, theories continue to grow. Some believe D4vd is innocent, that he might have been set up. Others think there's more to his story, that maybe he knows who did this but isn't saying. The truth could lie somewhere in between. It's possible that Celeste's death wasn't planned. Maybe it was an accident, something that spiraled out of control. But then,
why was her body hidden? Why the Tesla? Why the silence? Fans have noticed that D4vd hasn't spoken publicly about the case in detail. Some say that's on his lawyer's advice. Others believe he's too shaken to talk. His social media has gone quiet, his music paused. He's still out there, walking free, but under the shadow of something dark. The most haunting part of all this is Celeste's story itself. A young girl, barely a teenager, gone too soon. Her life ended in a way no one can understand. She didn't deserve this. No one does. Police are still analyzing evidence. Reports say DNA tests are being done on the items found in the house, including those farm tools. If any trace of blood or DNA is found, it could change the entire direction of the case. But for now, there's silence. The story has faded a little from mainstream media, but online communities continue to dig. People want closure. They want to know what really happened inside that house. Who knew what and when? The private investigator who found the tools said that he's still following leads. He believes there's more to uncover, things that haven't been made public yet. He also said that police might be holding back details to protect the integrity of the investigation. Meanwhile, D4vd's future remains uncertain. His music, his image, everything he built now hangs in the balance. Whether he's guilty or innocent, his name is now tied to one of the strangest and saddest cases in recent memory. Celeste's friends have been posting tributes to her online, old photos, videos, and messages. They remember her smile, her love for dancing, her laughter. Every post is a reminder of the life that was stolen too soon. The timeline of events raises chilling questions. Celeste disappeared in 2024. Her body wasn't found until months later in 2025. That means for all that time, someone had to know what happened to her. Someone kept quiet. Someone let her family search, cry, and hope for nothing. And now, this discovery of farm equipment makes the case even darker. Heavy machinery doesn't just appear out of nowhere. Someone brought it in, someone used it, or planned to. Was it connected to what happened to Celeste, or just a cruel coincidence that adds to the mystery? The owner of the house, who had rented it to D4vd, said he was shocked. He never expected something like this to happen at his property. When he heard about Celeste's body being found in the car linked to the address, he said his heart sank. That's when he decided to hire the private investigators to understand what police might have missed. It's rare for homeowners to do that, but in this case, his decision uncovered something the world can't ignore. Even if those tools turn out to be unrelated, their very presence in that setting is chilling. Hollywood homes aren't places where you'd find tractors, grinders, or soil tillers. The idea that they were sitting there, quietly, while police searched for answers, sends chills down anyone's spine. Now, months later, the internet is still obsessed with this case. Every time new information surfaces, people rush to discuss it, to look for hidden clues, song lyrics, or social media posts that could mean something. Some even believe that D4vd's unreleased music might hold answers. But until police finish their investigation, everything remains uncertain. The official word is that the case is active and ongoing. Detectives are being careful. They know the world is watching. As time goes on, one truth becomes painfully clear. A young girl lost her life, and the world deserves to know why. Whether D4vd is responsible, connected, or completely innocent, justice for Celeste is what everyone wants. It's a haunting story that mixes fame, tragedy, and unanswered questions. How did a 14-year-old end up in a Tesla registered to a 20-year-old singer? What really happened inside that house? And what's the story behind those farm tools? Until we get answers, the mystery continues, and the pain for Celeste's family remains.
Somewhere out there, someone knows what happened. Someone knows the truth. And the world won't stop asking until that truth comes out.